So let's take a look at avoiding tax legally on your crypto gains here in the UK. Let's do it. So we get this question an awful lot on the channel about tax, how to avoid paying tax legally, and all this wonderful stuff. Now, I'm no tax expert, but I have been doing an awful lot of research. So if you're looking for, proper tax advice, go find the right person. I am not that person, but I do think that I've got the most up-to-date information, the most accurate information. So treat this as entertainment purposes only and follow it up with further research. And I will be dropping all of the links for you to be able to do that and know for certain whether you can use this method to avoid paying your tax on your crypto asset profits. So let's get down to the desktop. So I'm going to start here, and this is the government website. This is basically the HMRC direct. So look, I think this is the most accurate information you are going to find on YouTube and the most up to date, right? So before we dig into that, do mash up the like button if you appreciate us going to this effort to maximize your profits here in crypto. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Right then, let's sort of dig into this, and I'll try to make it as simple as possible. And there's some, I guess, questionnaires you can do to see whether you apply or you don't apply for this, right? So UK residence and tax. UK residence status affects whether you pay tax in the UK on foreign income. Non-residents only pay tax on their UK income. They do not pay tax on their foreign income here in the UK. So non-residents only pay tax in the UK on UK earnings, not their foreign earnings, just to be clear. Okay, so residents normally pay tax in the UK on all of their income. So that's whether it's from the UK or abroad. But there are special rules for residents who have permanent home domestically abroad. So if you're just a standard UK resident, you will pay income tax on everything that you earn in and outside of the UK. So hopefully that is really crystal clear for everybody. So let's sort of find out whether we are actually a resident or not, right? So work out your resident status according to the Gov website here in the UK. Whether you're UK residents usually depends on how many days you spend in the UK in the tax year. Now, the tax year is between the 6th of April to the 5th of April the following year, just so we're clear. Now, you're only a resident in the UK if both of the following apply. So if these apply to you, you will be classed as a tax resident here in the UK. You meet one or more of the automatic UK tests or some sufficient ties test. So we'll come on to those in a moment. You do not meet any of the automatic overseas tests. Otherwise, you'll be non-resident in the UK for tax purposes. So that, I think, is pretty clear, right? And there are some links for sufficient ties test, and I'll drop all of this information in the description of the video for you. But let's have a look at this automatic UK test, right? So you may be a resident under the automatic UK test if you spent 183 or more days in the UK in the tax year. So the tax year, just a reminder, between the 6th of April to the 5th of April the following year, right? So if you've been in the UK 183 days or more in that tax year period, then you will automatically be a UK resident. Sorry, I'm going to start again. Your only home was in the UK for 91 days or more in a row, and you visited or stayed in it for at least 30 days of the tax year. So there you go. You worked full-time in the UK for any period of the 365 days, and at least one day of that period was in the tax year you're checking. So you may also be a resident under the sufficient ties test if you've spent a number of days in the UK and you have additional ties in the UK, like work or family. So this is your additional ties basically here, right? And again, I'll link that in the description of the video. So if you don't meet any of these, then you are not classed as a tax resident here in the UK. Overseas tests, you're usually non-resident if either you spent fewer than 16 days in the UK or 46 days if you have not been a UK resident for the previous 3 tax years. You worked abroad full-time, averaging at least 35 hours per week, and spent fewer than 91 days in the UK, of which no more than 30 was spent working. So I think these are really quite clear. I think that actually the UK has done a stellar job in making it as clear as possible for people as to whether they are classed as a UK resident for tax purposes or not. And look, I'm sat here, obviously I've recently been debanked by Santander for my crypto investments, and they've asked for extra information, which I'm just not willing to provide because I feel that it puts me and my family in harm's way by telling them where my current crypto portfolio is held, when they've got my address and all the information that they already hold on me. I find that very intrusive and very risky when it comes to my safety of like my family and I, right? So that's just not going to happen. And off the back of being treated like I'm some sort of criminal for something as little and as petty as investing in cryptocurrency, I pay all my taxes here in the UK. Feeling victimized as I do currently, I am considering leaving the UK and potentially going to Dubai and working and living there full time. And you know, I'm looking to do this before the new tax year. So I'm forward planning now as to my approach, so I don't have to pay tax here in the UK anymore, and so on. So these are the things that I think are really, really interesting. Now, if you still don't understand whether, you know, you would be a tax resident or not, they have made it even simpler for you. You can just go down to the very bottom of the page and you can go start now. And this is basically a test, and it's going to tell you whether you are classed as a tax resident or not. So we're going to go and just do a simple check here. So which tax year do you want to check for your residency? So let's go the 6th of April 2023 to the 5th of April 2024. So this is the next financial tax year. How many days did you spend in the UK from the 6th of April 2023 to the 5th of April 2024? So I'm just going to spend 15 days. That's all I'm going to plan to spend here in the UK. And then straight away it tells me you were not a UK tax resident for the tax year April 6th 2023 to the 5th of April 2024. So I know straight away now, based on what's happened here on this test on the government website, that I will not be a tax resident as long as I'm, you know, abroad working, meeting the criteria that we've already covered off, and I spend less than 15 days in the UK. I'm not going to be liable for any tax on any capital gains or earnings that I made outside of the UK, as I understand it. But I am not a tax expert, so do seek, you know, professional advice on this. This is just what I'm seeing based on what test I've just done, that you've seen me do live through the government website. I hope this video was useful, informative. Sorry if I stuttered and stumbled over my words occasionally in this video. Trying to just do these in one take and you know, get the information out as quick as possible for you over this festive period. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas, and I'm wishing everybody a great new year. And let's make sure that, you know, we're very, very successful in the crypto space. Obviously, treat this purely as entertainment purposes only. You know, I'm not taking any liability if any of this information is wrong. I just want to be really clear. This is my own research that I've done. I'm no expert on tax, but you know, I think the government website has made it very, very simple. I will detail everything in the description of this video for you to read through, educate yourselves further to make sure that, you know, this is something that you want to pursue, if it is at all. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.